I think if you're somebody who wants to go to therapy, that's fine. I went to a couple of therapy sessions for couples therapy,
couples count.
which I got dragged into.
With this, the last...
No, not the last one. No. This was with the girlfriend that I was, with for 8 years.
Therapy's for girls.
Yeah. They went. She was going to therapy.
Therapy is just to make you is to take how you feel as a man and try to qualify it to make you understand that being a guy is wrong.
It's a bad thing.
It's your gut feeling.
Dude, it was the worst. First of all, she's going to therapy. She was going to therapy. And then the therapist goes, why doesn't Anthony come in? Because I see a lot of things you're bringing up involve him. So why don't you bring him in? So I'm like, you know something? I'll be a good guy. I'll go in for one of these, see what this woman's all about, and do that. And then I find myself there like every week writing out a check to this shrink just for nothing, for psychobabble. The relationship ended anyway, and it did nothing good. All it did was conjure up like nasty crap between the two of us. Like she felt and I felt that anything goes in this office. Some stuff you should just keep to yourself. You should keep quiet. And in therapy, all this stuff comes out where you hear things like, well, you know something? I'm not really sure I ever did love you.
This is Jill to you.
No. This is not to Jill. This is Melinda stuff.
That came out in therapy?
A long time ago. Yeah. It's like, I've started thinking.
This is the last one?
And maybe, And then she goes, maybe it was something like... No, that was an 8-year relationship, so it might as well have been a marriage, That's everything but me losing all my crap at the end of it. Yeah, Thank God.
Let Ant go. He's on to something.
So it was like... she was like, yeah, I'm not sure if maybe it was just the whole infatuation thing with the radio. So I'm just sitting there, my eyes open, my jaw on the couch, just going, oh, really? Well, this is nice to know. When were you going to tell me? When were you going to tell me this?
This is 8 years into it.
As I'm dishing out, like, boatloads of cash to that shyster C-word mother of hers. Ugh, did I hate that bitch. Ugh!
The mother. Okay.
I put teeth in her mouth. I want to remove them with my fist. Oh my God! She'd show up at goddamn family functions with one friggin' brown tooth sticking out of her head. I don't want to bring her over my mother's house and my parents' house with this goddamn friggin' mouth that looked like it should be licking a salt lick. and so.
You bought her mother teeth because
I bought her mother teeth, and not the kind you slap in, like implant screw-in teeth. It cost a bloody fortune.
Oh, I'm so glad this is all coming out finally.
It cost a fortune.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Your mother's credit.
I didn't think I really loved you at all. But yeah, let me tap into that bank account.
How much earlier before y'all broke up was she saying this?
I think it was the last installment of the tooth money. No, it was
final molar got nailed in.
Final molar gets nailed in. She leaves. No, it was one of those situations where the therapy was going on right before we broke up.
Toilet mouth.
It was right before we broke up. So we drive to the therapy sessions, and we're talking, whatever. We'd get out of the therapy session, the door would slam. I'd shut the door. Now I'm not hungry anymore. I'm just like the silent drive home. Because all this anger just comes out. And it's good. It's cleansing to get the anger out of you. No, it's not.
But it is.
It's to keep it in.
It is good. You broke up. You got rid of it.
Yeah, see?
It is.
But let me tell you something.
Not holding on to anything anger.
She could have gone to the therapy by herself and realized that she had to break up with me. I didn't have to be dragged down and that. Yes, and I bought her sister a trailer.
I'm just putting signs up for Anthony now. I want to see how much he wants.
So how
far you want to go with this thing?
I walked into a place, a trailer in upstate New York, where she had her sister had a baby, and the crib was being leaked into through a leak in the roof. So I'm there going, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, they really can use something a little better than this. Why don't we get him something, a trailer or something? All right, I'll check something out. was just a constant barrage.
You're like Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation.
But you didn't mind it when you was doing it because you're that type of dude.
No, I didn't.
But he's the king of white trash. He buys teeth and trailers.
Yes.
That's why we got such a big audience. They can relate to us.
Yes, that's what I'm saying about the car talk.
He's the king.
Yes.
I love it. That is perfect. You're absolutely right. I am the king of white trash.
Dude, that love thing, though.
When you go to college, get stupid.
Ain't that love thing, though. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She whipped that out. And then other days it was like, it was different. And then I'd get in there and I'd start bringing up some stuff. Like, she was really pissed at me for my excessive texting. My excessive texting.
To her or other people?
Not to her.
No.
To just in general.
To other people. I would
I don't
text
blame her.
other people.
I got mad at Norton once at the cellar because he asked me a question.
You're not having sex with Norton.
That's what you think. Oh, you would have thought so.
You
He
too.
was mad at me for 2 weeks. I was mad.
But at that point, there is obviously a suspicion that you might be moving on, right?
No, that's just
I'm
it.
asking. I don't know.
That's just it. I wasn't. First of all, I absolutely wasn't.
Okay.
And I'm texting. And meanwhile, it was fine for her to text 20,000 guys a day. But, I'm texting 1 or 2 girls. Holy jeez, that was a big-ass problem right there. That was a huge problem. And, by the way, after we break up, she hooks up with one of the friggin' guys that she was texting all the time and that I always knew there was a problem with. And me, I never touched the girls I was texting.
At the time.
I didn't know, not at the time or after the time. So I don't want to hear it. What a bunch of crap.
The guy she was texting was a guy you knew?
Yeah.
And you think it was before or no?
There was something going on. I'll never deny that. I don't know if there was actual contact going on, but I knew there was something. I never trusted the guy. It was always like, there too much.
Yeah, you never trust
like not literally there too much, but just you could tell. Guy friend.
Just other
We
words.
talk about guy friend.
That doesn't exist.
Guy friend sits
absolutely
there
doesn't.
in waiting like a vulture. Guy friend.
Why does he do that to you?
So, yeah. Oh, let me tell you. You know what I would do? If I was lucky enough to have you as my girl,
I have no
I
woman friend.
Shut it.
You have to be completely non-effable.
Hate it.
You have to be missing half your face for me to be your buddy and your girl.
Out of here. Guy friends are the worst.
Guy friend. And then in that little twist, because when I had to go to Colorado for Christmas, I was ordered not to text. No texting.
Just to bring everyone to the table, that was when you decided to stay in a hotel while she was hanging out with her sister,
Yeah.
husband, and
I have
kids.
no problem
Her
with
quotation sister.
I have no problem with that sister and that husband.
Yeah.
Believe me, they live here in New
They
York
have
now.
They have a good roof on their
Buddy
trailer.
and Jen, good roof on the trailer. Buddy and Jen and the kids, I love them. They're great.
They do rule. I saw them
They're
recently
great.
on the sidewalk.
They are completely different than the rest of that family. So I got no problem with that.
And they have their original teeth, and they're all good.
Yeah, and Buddy's a New Yorker. He's a real New York guy. He's
He
got
sounds
a
like
lot
a New
of
Yorker
sense
with the
and
name
stuff.
Buddy. Doesn't sound like a hillbilly at all.
His name is
Buddy.
Basil Giuliano.
Oh.
So
you
watch
better
your
shut
mouth. Paisan. Hey, Paisan.
It shows you how ungrateful women can be, though. It's like you took good care of her. You didn't. Anthony didn't cheat. Like you really didn't cheat. Everywhere. It sounds stupid, but first class everywhere. Treat her terrific. Whatever she wants,
you.
buy her a Porsche.
Thanks.
It only sounds
Wasn't it
stupid because we
never
imagine what you call first class. But go ahead.
First class.
Teeth.
She was treated like a queen.
There you go.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
she was treated like
First
that
class.
anyway. You're a
Applebee's.
generous guy.
I
Anything
tend
that trickles
to
down,
be.
it trickles right down to the queen.
I
dude.
tend to be.
Yep.
I try to be. I like
You're a
I like
generous
people
guy.
being happy around me. I don't like people being miserable. And there came a point where Melinda was just miserable all the time around me, which is like, all right, then it's time to move on.
How do we
Not
never
time
see
to
this?
drag me into therapy.
I never saw this. And
I'm
I
great at
never
covering
noticed
crap up. I've been a homosexual
it.
for 5 years. You never know.
Oh, my God.
Melinda.
I saw it.
I love the brown tooth thing, though.
Oh,
That's gonna make
God.
all day.
Every time she opened her mouth, not only was the crap spilling out of it awful, but to have to look at the teeth. Ugh.
You need to find a woman that's committed to being
That's shyster.
nothing.
I gotta ask Anthony something. So yeah, the trailer you bought, teeth, anything else?
Teeth
That you're now
Trailer.
regretting?
Where'd you buy the trailer?
Let me think.
Anybody a spittoon?
Upstate. Yeah, that looks like the teeth. Oh, God.
Bought a go-kart for the brother.
All right, let me go to Cece. She's a girl. We haven't had a woman on yet. Maybe I don't know.
CC sounds like two women.
CC.
Hey,
Hey.
I have a little perspective. And I think all this is based on the way he was brought up and his mom and dad's relationship. And sorry, I do.
Women always trying to find a way to make it. Listen.
No, it's because of the spaghetti thrown against the wall.
That's
Remember
why
that?
he doesn't like confrontation, but
yeah,
that's not why
it
the
probably
girl
is.
grateful.
We do that because it's very difficult. It's very difficult. We don't want to be in love, miss. That's the thing that women don't understand. Love and all that stuff is for you. Because we start to care about you enough to give it to you. But what we want is void-filling relationships.
I agree.
We need our ego. How a woman is sexy is because she just exists. How a man is sexy is we have to interact. We have to. You know what women are?
I agree.
Women,
I agree with that.
Women are the TSA. Women are reactive to our attacks. We're proactive. We're trying to fly something into your building, and you're only adjusting to what we're trying to do in terms of attacking you.
Right.
And they really, it's just.
Get it? You agree?
But your thing, Anthony, I swear to God, you need a girl, but you have to tell her this, a girl that loves you for what you are, and you're not going to commit to her. You have to have an uncommitted, committed girl. Like a girl who's just committed to being nothing in your life, but gets all the benefits of just being your girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just have to tell her, look, I'm not going to be with you. I'm not going to be committed to you. You don't have to be committed to me, but she's committed to you. She's committed to your nonsense.
All right, let's go to Tennessee. We're heading toward another break. Dave, what do you got?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Dave.
I think it's time for all the message board people to just shut it. I learned today that Anthony's a damn good guy.
Yeah, Anthony doesn't like dealing with his emotions, but in the end, he really is a very good guy.
I might give
does the right thing all the time.
I might give credit to that chick there, Cece, on one thing. The confrontation thing, I don't like it. I don't like communicating with, oh, why didn't you communicate that? You don't communicate enough. Because growing up, I think it's true. The only communication I saw was a bowl of pasta slamming against the wall near the phone, and my mother yelling your bad word for the male genitalia at my father. Then my father calling her a bad word for female genitalia. And that was their communicating. So that's all I know of communicating with your significant other. So I'd rather just not. I assume all is going well until Mount St. Helens happens. I'm like that old codger that stayed in his house. Oh, it's been happening for years. Everything will be okay. Boom, the side of a mountain blows out. Now what?
Not only did I not know that you guys were fighting, I never saw them argue. I never saw you guys argue.
We didn't argue.
Never saw you argue.
We didn't. I don't argue. I don't yell. There'd been a couple of, heated discussions, I would say, but never arguing. Like I'm not a
look at a virus tour.
I'm not a yeller guy.
A virus tour, a couple of
you'd see that a couple times.
Like
towards the end,
there was some distance that was happening near the end there.